Then shall I be weak and be as another man. So he said he bind him up with ropes, he's going to be weak and be just like any other man. Delilah therefore took new ropes and bound him therewith and said unto him, Philistine be upon thee, Samson. And there were liars in wait abiding in the chambers, and he brake them from off his arms like a thread. And Delilah said unto Samson, Hitherto hast thou mocked me and told me lies again. Tell me wherewith thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, If thou weavest the 7 locks of my head into the web, if thou weavest the 7 locks of my head with the web. And she fastened it with the pin, and said unto him, Philistine be upon thee, Samson. And he waked out of his sleep, and went away with the pin of the beam, and with the web. She said unto him, How canst thou say, I love thee, when thine heart is not with me? Thou hast mocked me these 3 times, and hast not told me wherein thy great strength lieth. What's he doing all this for what? Verse 5. That we may bind him to afflict him, and we will give thee, every one of us, 1,100 pieces of silver. 1,100 pieces of silver. 1,100 pieces of silver from all of them. Every last one of them will give her 1,100 pieces of silver. All for money. Verse 16. And it came to pass when she pressed him daily with her words, kept on pressing him daily with her words, as Eve pressed Adam with her words, and urged him, so that his soul was vexed unto death. Just getting on his nerve, nagging him. Come on, tell me your strength. Where's your strength? Lie. Oh, you won't tell me you lied to me. How you say you love me and you lying to me, Samson? Every day, just bugging him. Just being a nagging at him. That he told her all his heart, and said unto her, There have not come a razor upon mine head, for I have been a Nazarite unto the Most High from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I will become weak, and be like any other man. Now, look at, go back to Genesis 3 and 17. Genesis 3:17. And unto Adam he said, Because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, listen to the voice of his wife, and have eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, Thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow thou shalt eat of it all the days of thy life. See? But the first thing he told her was because you listened to this woman. So Delilah is bugging. She nagging Samson. So he finally gave in. Well, he should have just walked away from him. Went back to dealing with what he was dealing with. Whatever. Don't allow her to get on his nerve. But he listened to her. And he told her, verse 17 of Judges 16 chapter, that he told her all his heart, all his mind, and said unto her, There have not come a razor. Well, let's read verse 16. And it came to pass when she, Delilah, pressed him daily with her words, bugging, nagging him every day with her words, and urged him, so that his soul, his body was vexed up to death. Like, man, she about to kill me. Bugging me to death. That's what it says. That he told her all his heart, all his mind, and said unto her, There have not come a razor upon mine head, for I have been a Nazarite unto the Most High from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man. He told her the truth on that. He told her the truth. It's cold. But see, and that's all for money. All for what? Power. She gonna get this money. 1,100 pieces of silver from each one of them. So she wants this money. Go to the law of the Lazarite in Numbers, the 6th chapter, verse 1. It's the law of the Nazarite. Now the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and said to them, When either man or woman shall separate themselves to vow a vow of a Nazarite, to separate themselves unto the Most High, he shall separate himself from wine and strong drink, and shall drink no vinegar of wine or vinegar of strong drink, neither shall he drink any liquor of grapes, nor eat moist grapes or dried. This is the vow of a Nazarite. Verse 4, And all the days of his separation shall he eat nothing that is made of the vine tree. No wine, no strong drink, anything that's made from the vine tree, from the kernels even to the husk. Verse 5 is what we're looking at concerning the Nazarite, not, shaving, like Samson said, the Nazarite, and he hadn't shaved his head from the time of his birth. All the days of the vow of his separation there shall no razor come upon his head, until the days be fulfilled, in the which he separate himself unto the Most High. He shall be holy, and shall let the locks of the hair of his head grow. All the days that he separated himself unto the Most High, he shall come at no dead body either. So he's letting you know. I just wanted to read verse 5. I read the vow of the Nazarite, but you can continue to read about it. But verse 5 said no razor could come upon his head. All the days that he, separated himself to be a Nazarite. Well, Samson was a Nazarite. He's grown. He's still a Nazarite. You see what I'm saying? So when you go to Judges, the 16th chapter, verse 18, after she done told him how to obey his strength by cutting off his locks, put a razor on his head and cut off his locks. Verse 18, and when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called the masters of the Philistines, saying, Come up this once, for he has shown me all his heart. Then the powers of the Philistines came up unto her and brought money in their hand. Brought that money that she was looking forward to getting. And she made him sleep upon her knees. And she called for a man. And she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head. And she began to afflict him. And his strength went from him. She began to afflict him. And his strength went from him. And she said, The Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awoke out of his sleep and said, I will go out as at other times before and shake myself. And he wished not that the Most High was departed from him. See? So he had to go through a lot. And until, he went into captivity under the Philistines, took his eyes out, had him grinding on the mill, going, pushing it, till his hair grew back and he had his strength to take down the Philistines. Most High used him for that purpose. So that's an example of man hearkening to woman. We got to do what the Most High say. Follow his laws, statutes, commandments. Or we're going to be caught up. Look at Ezekiel 16. Let's see that. Look. Ezekiel, we're going to go to 16th chapter. We're going to go back to Genesis 3 and 7. And when Eve had gave Adam, brought Adam these lies, and he ate, thinking that he gonna have this power. He told her that she gonna be filled with this power. She gonna be as gods, knowing good and evil. Gonna be just like the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua. Verse 7, the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked, exposed. They knew that they were naked, wicked and exposed. And they sewed fig trees together and made them aprons. See, look at then what can they do? They ain't no choice but to adopt the ways of the customs of the other nations that the Most High created. On in the wickedness. Fed away from the power of the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua. It's all the power they needed. See? Look. Verse Genesis 2:25. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. See? They were naked and they were not ashamed. They were not ashamed. So let's look at King Solomon. That's why it's very important that you see this, because the reason why I went to Revelation initially, because you're going to understand. No, we're supposed to go to Ezekiel, 16th chapter, Salakia, before we go to Solomon. The devil know he got a short time. He comes out with much wrath. So, and they tell you, men gonna be afraid, so you women gotta be prepared for this. Ezekiel 16:35. Wherefore, O harlot, hear the word of the Most High. Thus say the Most High power, because thy filthiness was poured out, and thy nakedness discovered through thy whoredoms with thy lovers, and with all the idols of thy abominations, and by the blood of thy children, which thou didst give unto them. Cold-blooded, man. Gave our children up to them. Behold, therefore I will gather all thy lovers, with whom thou hast taken pleasure, and all them that thou hast loved, these other nations, and their gods, with all them that thou hast hated. I will even gather them around about against thee, and will discover thy nakedness unto them, that they may see all thy nakedness. I mean, if you want to look at it literally, when we went to captivity, slavery, bondage, we was butt naked. Most I took everything away from you. You want to read about it? That's what we just read. I just didn't read them. Daughters of Zion took all, he killed us in the wars. But he stripped us down, took everything away from us. They're going to see all thy nakedness, it says, and I will judge thee as women that break wedlock and shed blood are judged. Hear that? As women that break wedlock and shed blood are judged. And I will give thee blood and fury and jealousy. Whew. That's deep, man. That's what the Most High did to us. That's why he tells us in verse 30, he says, how weak is thine heart? How weak is your mind, Israel? Said the Most High power, seeing thou doest all these things, the work of an imperious, whorish woman. Man. In that thou buildest thine eminent place in the head of every way, and maketh thine high place in every street, and has not been as an harlot, in that thou scornest higher. This being a hoe, he's saying. But as a wife that committeth adultery, A wife that go have sex with another man outside of her husband, was taking strangers instead of her husband. He's screaming at you. They give gifts to all whores, but thou givest thy gifts to all thy lovers, and hirest them, that they may come unto thee on every side for thy whoredom. And the contrary is in thee from other women in thy whoredoms, whereas none followeth thee to commit whoredoms, and in that thou givest a reward, and no reward is given unto thee. Therefore thou art contrary. I mean, she's about a harlot. You're a harlot, get paid. It's called you a whore. Whorish woman. A woman that's laying down, giving it up, ain't getting nothing for it. It's bad. It's terrible. That's how you're looking at us. You know, women. I played the whore. Look at Ecclesiastes 23 and 22. Dealing with a woman that committed adultery, it tells you, thus shall it go also with the wife that leaveth her husband and bringeth in an heir by another. Leave her husband, bringing a baby by another. For first, she hath disobeyed the law of the Most High, and secondly, she hath trespassed against her own husband. And thirdly, she hath played the whore in adultery. Ain't no harlot, but a whore in adultery. And brought children by another man. She shall be brought out into the congregation, and inquisition shall be made of her children. Her children shall not take root, and her branches shall bring forth no fruit. She shall leave her memory to be cursed, and her reproach, disgrace shall not be blotted out. As they that remain shall know that there is nothing better than the fear of the Most High, and that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed unto the commandments of the Most High. See, it is great glory to follow the Most High, and to be received of him is long life. So let's let you know how he thought about us. You know, that's why we have to have mercy and grace, because look at us. We've been raped, robbed, and pillaged continually from the time we came over here and following the Christian or whatever it is that we dealing with, the God of this air, the air, God of the air, God of this world, and leading us in the wrong way. Why the Most High had to give us mercy and grace? Because we messed up. We finished completely. We couldn't even build to be a nation anymore. We've been just jacked up. That's why he had to give us mercy and grace. Look at Ecclesiastes 26 and 22. And harlot, called Israel, shall be accounted as spittle. See, and harlot shall be accounted as spittle. You want to sell your body for money, having sex for money, you be counted as spittle. But a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. Hear that? A married woman is a tower of death to her husband. It say a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a righteous woman is given to him that feareth the Most High. That's self-explanatory. A dishonest woman contendeth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. Over and again. Dishonest woman gonna reverence her husband. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. You shameless? You ain't shamed to be looking like you look, or acting the way you act, talking the way you talk. You'll be accounted as a dog. And dog in the New English Bible Dictionary is a name that was used concerning that the Israelites called the Gentiles because of the profaneness and because of homosexuality. That's what it says in the New English Bible Dictionary. But she that is shamefaced will fear the Most High. See, a woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all. But she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted unrighteous of all. So some women, they dishonor their husband because they're very prideful. That's that pride that's stemming up in them. They're going to be counted unrighteous of all. See, these are laws. These are ways that we have to be. How we work in righteousness. Now, you've gone astray. Some have, not all. Because it tell you in Ecclesiastes 36:1, blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. So a man can find a virtuous wife, the number of his days can be double. A virtuous woman rejoices her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. A good wife is a good portion which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Most High. Fear the Most High to get of knowledge. See? He also says in verse 13, the grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will flatten his bones. How she act? Gonna fatten his bones. A silent and loving woman, a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Most High. And there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. See, that silent and loving woman gonna be that gift from the Most High. There's nothing more precious as a mind well instructed. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace. You want grace, you get a double grace. Shamefaced and faithful woman, a woman that believes in the Most High. Because you believe in the Most High, like I say, you pray, then you're not going to be talking about it. It's not going to happen. It's going to happen because you're praying that it's going to happen. And her continent mind cannot be valued. Her continent mind cannot be valued. So this is a balance. You got the wicked woman, you got the righteous woman. So, and you have a choice to be either or. As the sun when it rises in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house. A good wife gonna order her house to be right. Oh yeah. So we have done a lot of things that are contrary to the way the Most High would have us be and how he told us to be. And we have found a way to not follow his commandments. Look at Ecclesiastes 19 and verse 2. Wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away. Wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away. From what? The truth. And they have opportunity to see everlasting life. And he that cleaveth to harlots will become impudent. Hear that? You want to cleave to harlots, you're going to become impudent. You see what happened to Samson? First thing he did was what? He lay with that harlot. He seen Delilah. And eventually he became impotent. See. Look at Ecclesiastes 19 and 22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. See, the knowledge of wickedness, like Eve listened to Shaitan, the serpent, the devil, the dragon. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. That was not wisdom, which is the proper application of knowledge. He had the proper application of knowledge from the Most High to Adam to her. And Adam knew. That's why Ezra was crying out, Adam, what have you done? You sinned, but we all have suffered behind you sinning in death. After death, after death, after death. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudent. See? Concerning, the knowledge of wickedness, that was wickedness what Satan gave her, the serpent gave Eve, and Adam to take of. It is not wisdom. That's not wisdom. Because it's contrary to the word of the Most High that he gave to Adam to say, don't eat of that tree. Don't take in that knowledge. Don't take in dealing with him. Don't mess with him. Leave him alone. The knowledge of wickedness, verse 22, is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudent. Look at verse 24. He that hath small understanding and fear the Most High is better than one that hath much wisdom and transgresses the law of the Most High. I mean, look at all that wisdom that Adam had. He that hath small understanding and fear the Most High and obeying what he say do is better than one that has much wisdom and transgresses the law of the Most High. See? So, this is very important that we see this. And not get caught up from what, like it says, that's why we went over scripture, say, hey, go to our ancestors, look into, what they've done and what they're bringing to us so that we can know what to do. Look at Ecclesiasticus 9 and 9. It says, sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit not with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart or your mind incline unto her, you start to desire her, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction. You end up laying down with her. That's adultery. You end up in destruction. Look what it says in verse 8. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. Is that not what the serpent is dealing with Eve? For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman, for herewith love is kindled as a fire. See? Many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. Hereby love is kindled as a fire. You look good, and next thing you know, you're talking to her, next thing, that's why it said next, sit not at all with another man's wife. So serpent had nothing to do with sitting down or being there with another man's wife. That was Adam's wife. Sit not at all with another man's wife. That's wrong. So let's continue. Look at Isaiah. So let me see if there's something else I want to do. So we're going to look at Isaiah 30th chapter. Isaiah the 30th chapter. Woe and destruction to the rebellious children, said the Most High, that take counsel. They listen to somebody, but not of me. They ain't listen to the Most High. They're taking counsel. They listen to somebody, but not of the Most High. And that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit. You ain't rolling with the Most High Spirit, that they may add sin to sin. They may add sin to sin. Sin over here, sin over there. Everything they do is dealing with sin. Do you consider, is it right with the Most High for me to do this before you do it? Or you just do it, then say, oh, well, now you realize it's wrong. You got the zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. So you realize you've done wrong, or some of you already know you're doing wrong, and you do it anyway. Then you ask the Most High to forgive you when h.o.d.c is saying, hey, I'm not going to the Most High on your behalf. Because it tells you, he's an angel, he's a spirit. It tell you what he ought to do, what he's doing. Look, 2 Ezra 8 and 21. In the Apocrypha, 2 Ezra 8:21. Whose throne, Most High's throne, his powers and authority is inestimable, cannot be measured. Whose glory may not be comprehended, before whom the host of angels stand with trembling. So they tremble before the Most High. And h.o.d.c is an angel. The first creation of the Most High, the first angel that the Most High created. He's an angel right now on the right-hand side of the Most High, standing with trembling. So y'all understand. Y'all want to deal with the Most High? And the angel, we fell down and want to worship angels. They said, no, don't worship me. I'm your brother. No, worship the Most High. They know. It's a good movie called Dark Angel, The Ascent. It's a good movie. I ain't talking about the series, I'm talking about the movie. It shows you how Satan, it's about Satan and he down there beating up everybody, just torturing everybody. But when that angel come from Most High to give him a message, he's scared, he's trembling. Show you that. Some things are known, especially on the wicked side, knowing that the Most High got the power. He is the power. You be scared, thinking there's a judgment coming to him. That's why we have to follow the way of righteousness, keeping the ways of the Most High, so that we don't end up in a lake of fire. But Isaiah 30, this majority of our people, because 2/3 of our people is a lot more than 1/3, double 1/3. That's why I say verse 1, woe to the rebellious children, said the Most High, that take counsel, but not of me. Who's saying, okay, you're supposed to know. You're supposed to ask, is it right with the Most High to do this or do that? You ain't asking. Or you praying, and you're not getting an answer. You do something wrong, you pray, and okay, Most High didn't tell me it was wrong, so I'm going to do it anyway. No, he has a man that's his arm on this earth. Nobody asking, so you're going to be held accountable for not knowing when you should know. There's no excuse for no one not knowing. I hear my voice, because you can say, ask a question, whether it's right or wrong. Woe, destruction to the rebellious children, said the Most High, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that we done read about all night long. That walk to go down into Egypt. America's a modern day Egypt for us. Captivity, slavery, and bondage for the children of Israel. And have not asked of my mouth. But you want to go and deal with whatever you see in the media. on TV, whatever you see on the internet. You ain't answering the Most High's mouth. If you answer the Most High's mouth, he gave you the answer from what the word says. To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. You're going to follow the way of Trump or whoever's in charge. Where we've been scattered amongst all these nations. And to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Hear that? The shadow of Egypt. Whatever they say, that's what you go by. And in the end, you ain't trusting the Most High. Ask him to fulfill what he say gonna fulfill for those that are his. In these last times, these times of misery is upon all the people that's not really rolling with the Most High, law, statute, commandments, having faith in him, believing in him. It's real, people. The strength, it says, with your strength, you operate in the strength of Pharaoh. These wicked leaders. And to trust in the shadow of Egypt. You follow right behind them. Whatever they say. Not the mouth of the Most High. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. You hear that? The media gonna be your shame. The strength of whatever you hear every day coming out of their mouth. These leaders and so forth. Gonna be your shame. And to trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion. That's why you all confused. What we gonna do? I mean, one day you hear one thing, the next thing you hear something else. You confused. It makes you confused. Verse 9. That this is rebellious people. Talking about us. The children of Israel. Lying children. See? You rolling with the serpent. Rolling with the devil. Rolling with Satan. Rolling with the dragon. This is rebellious people. Lying children. Children that will not hear the law of the Most High. Hear that? We ain't under no law. We ain't no mercy and grace. We Gentiles. We grafted in. Got to be filled with the Holy Ghost and speak in tongues. That's what you've been taught. Point blank. You know I ain't lying. That's your doctrine. No, you know what the Holy Spirit is. Can't define it in the Bible. Hand them a Bible and ask them, show me the Holy Ghost. Because you ain't going to see nobody running around the church like a chicken with his head cut off in there. You don't see nobody. It's going to bring forth wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this word and the fear of the Most High. That's the Holy Spirit. It's defined, but where is it at? See, you don't know. Because you ain't been taught. You got to be taught this. Listen, that this is rebellious people, lying children. Children that will not hear the law of the Most High. I mean, Adam was given the law of the Most High. Eve was given the law of the Most High. What'd they do? They listened to what? Lies. So who you operating under? The liar. The deceiver. Remember we had deceived the whole world? The serpent, the old serpent? Right there in Revelations. That's prophecy of the end times. Still there. That old serpent. The dragon. Called that's the old serpent. That we read about in Genesis 3rd chapter. And the devil and Satan that deceived the whole world until this day. That this is rebellious people. Isaiah 30 and 9. Lying children. Children that will not hear the law of the Most High. This is real for now. Y'all better come back and hear the law of the Most High. That's what he's going to judge you by. Which say to the seers, see not. Don't be looking at us. Don't be looking at me. Don't be put me on the spot while you have them telling the truth. Oh, we ain't here to offend nobody. You are offending people. If you tell them the truth, they don't want to hear the truth. Looks like that which say to the seers, see not. Don't be looking at us. Don't be looking at me. Don't be pointing out my faults. And to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. You don't hear the right things. Well, they say they had the spirit of a Mashiach, these prophets. It says, speak unto us smooth things. Give us smooth words. The Lord loves you. All you got to do is pray, and the Lord's going to give you everything that you want. Now, pass the plate. Pass the plate. Pass the plate. Give me your money, and the Most High going to bless you. Buy this holy oil, and all you got to do is put it on your head, and it's going to bring all the money that you can imagine. All your bills going to be paid. Be lying to you. You love it, though. When you give all your money and buy the holy oil, buy the cloth, and think you're going to receive some kind of benefit. That's why he said, we'll say to the seers, see not, don't be looking at us. And to the prophets, prophesy not to us the right things. Speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Come on. Now you think in your wildest dream, I see Tyler Perry putting hands on T.D. Jakes. Like he's doing some kind of power, got some kind of spiritual power on T.D. Jakes. Y'all falling for it. Y'all still listening to him. Don't you know that's fake, phony, abominable in the eyes of the Most High? Ask T.D. Jakes what did he feel out of that? And what did Tyler Perry get out of that? Come on, y'all better wake up, boy. We say to the seers, see not, don't be looking at us. Don't be revealing us. And to the prophets, prophesy not to us the right things. Speaking of smooth things, prophesy deceits. Tell us lies. What the devil say? What the serpent say? What the dragon say? Revelation 12 and 9 again. And the great dragon, which is red, we know that from verse 3, was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. That's your power. You love lies. You love the lies that they teaching you. And you're handing the Bible, you can't really bring forth no topics. You say it's a book of life, but you can't bring forth nothing. Precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. Something's wrong with that picture. Something wrong with that. And the great dragon was red, was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. You hear that? Lying to the whole world until this day. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. That's why he said, his angels, these ministers. What do you think? He said, hey, what do you think? They just operating on their own? No. Satan showed them Mashiach Shai the whole world. So all you got to do, bow down and worship me, all should be dying. What do you think they doing? He said, I mean, don't take a rocket science to understand this. Look, 2 Corinthians 11 and 15. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers, Satan ministers, he got ministers, these pastors, also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness. They transform in your mind because you in deep sleep thinking that they ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. It ain't going to be according to their works. Going to be cast into the lake of fire. Going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. Burning. I'm just here to warn you. So it says, verse 13, for such are false apostles, deceitful workers, lying to the people, transforming themselves into the apostles of Mashiach. That's all they talk about is Christ, 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 Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ in the church. Jesus Christ is God. Don't even talk about the Most High. You don't know about the Most High. All you know about Jesus Christ is God.